I've got a lot to give. I can open any door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the score. Finally found a way to live in the presence of the Lord. Finally found a way to live like I never did before. Now I know I've got a lot to give. I can open any door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the score. I finally found a way to live in the presence of the Lord. I finally found a way to live. How about you? That I never did, that I never did before. And now I know that I've got a lot to give. I can open any door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the score. I finally found, I finally found, I finally found in the presence of the Lord. In the presence of the Lord. In the presence of the Lord. Thank you very much. It's an Eric Clapton song. How about our band? Aren't they awesome? I finally found a way to live in the presence of the Lord. And remember, when I'm talking about the Lord, I'm not referring to Jesus. I'm talking about that great law of life that is impersonal, that it works for the same for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And personal law, divine love works the same for everybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like, who you're in love with. None of that matters. He makes his rain to fall on the just and the unjust. He makes his rain to fall on Google and Siri and Alexa and all those people that I heard somewhere. I must have said something that sounded like, "Hey Siri." Did yours do that? In the presence of the Lord, I finally found a way to live. Because there was a time where I didn't know how to live. I didn't know what I was doing. I hurt a lot of people, including myself. And now things are different because I found a law that works for me. And if it works for me, it'll work for you too. Yes? Yes. No respecter of persons. If it works for me, it works for you. And so the stuff that I shared with you on Sunday morning is basically like, wow, look what I found out. You should try this. It might work for you too. So anything that you hear at Unity, it's kind of like going to a spiritual buffet. You know, you can eat dessert first if you want. Take whatever you'd like. You want some soup and no salad, that's great. Whatever you like, whatever works for you. Because I'm not here to try to tell you how to live. It was hard enough for me to figure that out for myself. I'm not here to tell anybody else. I'm just here to share spiritual practices with you that work in my life and that I've shared with other people and seen work in their lives too, which is very exciting to me. That's the whole point for me of being in ministry. Number one, I get to play music in church. And number two, I get to share all these fun and exciting, thrilling things that have transformed my life. You know, if you'd have asked me in my 20s, if you'd have said to me, "You're going to be a Unity minister one day," I would have been like, "What? Are you crazy? What are you talking about, baby?" And I got to see some of my old friends now, and they're like, "What are you doing these days?" "Well, I'm Reverend Dale." They're like, "Really? What kind of church is that?"
That's what they said when I said I was ordained.
Hello?
That's what they said when I started going to church.
See how that law of attraction works? Whatever you hold, you attract into your experience. So, am I the only one that Thanksgiving snuck up on me?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what happened? It's next week, you know? And, you know, the holidays brings up a lot of stuff, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, my mother was one of those people that she loved Christmas. Like, she would go, Dita's, she goes the day after Christmas to the half-price sales to buy stuff on sale for next year. She had a Christmas closet that she put all this stuff in. You know, and when we were little kids, even if the presents only cost $1, we had a whole pile of them. So, and you couldn't open your presents until you had your breakfast first. So just sit down and eat, and then we'll open the presents. And so it was a lot of fun. Growing up with my mom was a lot of fun. But then, you know, there are some people that are like holiday schmoliday. Like, I don't even want to think about it, celebrate it. If you're like me, I'm kind of in the middle somewhere. When I was thinking about the talk title for this morning, I thought about Holy Days Are Here Again. We didn't even see them coming. And you might spell that Holy, D-A-Z-E. Because sometimes I feel like I'm in a bit of a daze around the holidays. You know, because I love to eat. If you haven't noticed, I put on a few pounds since I moved to Savannah. Y'all got some good food down here. We eat a lot. Here, we're going to get 2 turkeys on Thanksgiving next week. So y'all bring the mashed potatoes and the gravy and the pumpkin pie and everything. We'll have a good time. And we'll eat together. And I also like to get to see people that I haven't seen in a while. You know, I was talking with the little girl down at Publix yesterday. He was putting my groceries in the bag, and she was telling me how she was having Thanksgiving at her house. It was a lot of work, but she didn't care because her relatives had to come. It was like they couldn't make an excuse. It's Thanksgiving, you have to come to my house. So I get that. I really love to see my sister, my son, most of my blood family, all of them. Nobody lives here. And they all want to come here now, which is good because Savannah is such a beautiful place. So this is good. But then, you might be struggling with something. Maybe you or someone that you love is dealing with an illness. Maybe you don't have any money. It's like, how can I buy Christmas presents when I can't pay for my house payment? Or maybe there's somebody that's not here this year that was here last year. And this is going to be your first holiday time without that person on the planet. That's really sad. So the holidays bring up a lot of stuff for people. But the really great thing is that we have spiritual tools that we can use so that we stay centered in our Christ consciousness. And we radiate love. I radiate love and peace, goodwill and harmony to every person here this week. I see you enveloped and wrapped and folded, surrounded by God's love. Every word, thought, action, feeling of mine is God-directed because I know that there is a power that is within me, that is greater than me, that is directing me and guiding me for the highest good of each one of us, and myself included. So we can use these tools in order to share our love, to stay grounded in peace, to move through any time or any situation from a place of peace and joy, because that place is inside of us and nothing can disturb it or destroy it or change it or take it away, because God is everywhere all the time. Yes? There's no spot where God is not. Yes? And that means inside of you. Tell somebody, God is within you. God is within you. God is within you. God is expressing as you, as us. And divine law operates the same for everybody. We can all use it to create the kind of world we want to experience. And so I want to give you some tools this morning. A couple weeks ago we talked about the quick coherence heart technique. Has anybody been working with that? Where you put your hand on your heart and you breathe into your heart and you feel something that you're grateful for, or a person that you're grateful for. You just spend a few. This works really good in traffic. If you're at a light and you're frustrated, put your hand on your heart, take some deep breaths, and just think of that time in your life that felt so good you can hardly stand it. And then if you want to do the advanced version, send some of that out. Breathe it in and then send it out to that person in front of you in the car with that bumper sticker. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So then there was the other cross technique that we learned, where we use negations and affirmations. You probably heard this if you've been around Unity for a minute. Denials and affirmations. But our beloved Emma Curtis Hopkins, the teacher of teachers who taught Charles and Merle Fillmore, who were the founders of Unity, she talks about negations and affirmations. And so we work with this technique where I release a belief that no longer serves me. I release a way of feeling that no longer serves me, because I'm grateful to know that I'm a child of God. Now, if you weren't here for those and you want to learn more about them, all of our talks are on the internet. You can go on Facebook. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you can become a member and watch our videos. They're all archived. We also have them on YouTube, and thank you, John and Jadante, for making that possible. It's a great ministry. I get emails from people all the time. They're like, "Hi, I live in Colorado, and I just listened to your talk, and it really meant a lot for me. And, here's $100 or whatever." I mean, people are being impacted all over the planet by what we're doing here this morning. Yes? Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So, go on our website. You can listen to podcasts. You can sign up at iTunes, and you can learn these techniques I'm talking about if you weren't here. But this morning, I want to teach you one that you can use the first thing in the morning when you wake up. Now, if you remember, I've been talking a lot about Joseph Murphy. I've been studying the works of Joseph Murphy, who was a New Thought writer. Kevin, do you know what time period? I wanted to say the 70s, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so somebody might know. Joseph Murphy. The cool thing is that there are so many teachings, there are so many material available by New Thought writers that wrote back in the 30s, 40s, 50s that's in the public domain now, so you can download it for free on the internet. Google Joseph Murphy on YouTube. You can listen to his talks all day long. I've really been studying what he has to say a lot the last few weeks, and if you remember, we've talked the last couple of weeks about reprogramming your subconscious. Reprogramming your subconscious, and there's two ways that we can access our subconscious. One is through meditation, and the other is through sleep. Have you ever noticed that a lot of your really vivid dreams, is this true for you, happen right when you're about to wake up in the morning? We talked earlier about watching your thoughts as you're going to sleep, because you're about to move into that subconscious realm. And remember, the subconscious doesn't judge. It accepts whatever you put in it as being real. It doesn't say this is bad or good, I don't want this, I don't want that. It just accepts, yes? And so we're working on reprogramming like we're weeding our mental garden. It's pulling out that weed of low self-esteem. I'm pulling out this rock of lack consciousness. Pulling out this weed of unworthiness. So we're working with reprogramming our subconscious. So, God talks to me through the snooze button. I wake up in the morning, I hit the snooze button, I go back to sleep for a minute, and I have this crazy dream. And if anybody's studied Jungian psychology, a Jungian psychologist will tell you that all the people in your dreams are you. They're all aspects of you. So I'm talking to myself in the morning when I hit the snooze button, disguised as you. Yes. So we can do some really powerful work the first thing in the morning, right when we wake up. Have you ever thought about considering being really aware of what you're thinking when you wake up? Does it occur to you to do that? Maybe you could set an alarm on your phone. Your phone will do crazy things these days. You just say, "Hey Siri, remind me to watch my thoughts at 5:30 this morning." And it will. It'll wake up and say, "Don't forget to notice your thinking this morning. What am I thinking?" There's a prayer that I used to use a lot, and it's, "God, this has been a pretty good day. I haven't yelled at anybody. I haven't been impatient. I haven't said unkind words. I haven't been selfish or self-centered. But I'm about to get out of bed. I'm going to need your help the rest of the day." So here's something that you can use in place of that Hail Mary prayer. It's a little 3-step process that I adapted from working with Joseph Murphy. And the 3 steps that you can do And if you do this, you will see results. I guarantee it. If you do this for a week, you will see results. You'll be walking around going, why do I feel so good? This is great. Acknowledge, appreciate, and affirm. Acknowledge, appreciate, affirm. So basically, the acknowledgement part, you can look at our first principle. There is only one power and one presence in our lives and in the universe, God. It's just an acknowledgement that God is there. Whatever you think about God, it doesn't matter. You could be talking to God, but just bring to yourself an awareness of God's presence. God is right here in bed with me. God is under my bed. God is all around me in the room. God is in my heart. What does that mean? They say that every Sunday. What does it mean that God's inside of me? What does it mean when Reverend Dale says God is divine mind? You know, there's a little book we talk about a lot called The Golden Key, written by Emmett Fox, that says whenever you start thinking about something, a problem that you want to eliminate, start thinking about God instead. And at our Wednesday night service last week, Kyle was talking about it, and he says, but I don't understand what God is. Like, great. Then ponder in your first step when you wake up in the morning, what is God? What does that mean? What do I think about God? What do I believe about God? If God was here right now, like they say he is, what would I say to God? What if God was one of us, right? What would I say if I saw God face to face? What if I woke up beside God? And if you're in a relationship, you are, right? God's everywhere. So think about those things. It's like invoking His presence. I want to feel it. I want to know it. I want to understand it. So then our second step is appreciation. Now remember, our law of mind action says thoughts plus feelings equals outcome. This is kind of feeling plus thought equals outcome. So we're going to concentrate on a feeling of gratitude, appreciation. Now you might say, I don't have anything to be grateful for. Well, are you in a nice, warm, clean bed that you woke up in? You know, gratitude isn't about like, I just got the Nobel Prize, or I was on Oprah last week, or I just made a movie, or, right? I just cured cancer. It's about little things in our lives, you know? It's like, this pillow. I love this pillow. This is a great pillow. I'm so grateful that I could get up out of this bed and turn the light on, and the lights are going to come on, because people in Puerto Rico don't have lights like that right now, yes. So, wow, I have clean water. I just have to go in the bathroom and turn it on. So what can you find to feel grateful about? A really fun thing to do is to think about things you can look forward to that day. What can I look forward to this day? You know, I like to go shopping. Whenever I get my check, I get a direct deposit twice a month. You're laughing because you're with me, right? You go to Home Goods. I know where you go. Right? TJ's. I go to Home Depot. Herb Creek. Hey, they got roses, 50% off, you know. So it's like my little treat I give myself, that I buy myself a present. Usually it doesn't cost very much. And I do that twice a month. And so I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking, oh, today's my present day. I've got to go buy my present today. You know, now I get it. I've had a job, believe it or not, where I was a single parent. I got up at 5 o'clock every morning. I got me and my son, who was 6 years old, ready to go. Get him on the bus by 6:30, drive 30 minutes to get to my job by 7, get off at 3 o'clock, drive 30 more minutes to be in time to get for my son to get off the bus at 3:30. And then we did the stuff that we had to do, and then my mom would come over 2, 3, 4 days out of the week, and I would go to class or I'd go to my 12-step meeting. And that was my day. Bang, 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 bang. And on Saturday, I'd be like, I got to mow the lawn. I got to clean up the garage. So I get what that's like. It feels like being in a rut sometimes, but you can always find something to be grateful for. I have a friend that has a 9-to-5 job, and you know what they do at their job on Monday mornings? Somebody different brings breakfast every week, and they love it. He looks forward to Monday morning. I'm like, are you crazy? Because it's like, oh, well, so-and-so said they were going to bring biscuits or fries or somewhere. You know, someone's bringing this or that or the other. So we can find stuff to be grateful for. It doesn't matter our situation. Because if we let our situation define our gratitude, then we're victims. But if we let our consciousness define our gratitude, then we're powerful. Now, when I'm saying be grateful, it's not the kind of grateful that you might have heard in church before. Well, I guess they said I need to be grateful at what God has done for me. Well, I ain't feeling too grateful right now. But I guess I will be, because they said I had to be, or I was going to get in trouble with God or the preacher or somebody, right? Y'all are laughing because you've been there. I'm saying use gratitude because it's one of your spiritual powers that you can choose to use to change your situation. What did Reverend Jack say? You can't lose with the God I choose, and I like this God a lot better. Yes, I have spiritual power, and I can choose to move into gratitude. It's a practice. Some days are better than others. So in the morning, I get up. First thing I do is I acknowledge God's presence, and then I feel gratitude, think of things to be grateful for, and then affirm. Now, you might have got a piece of paper when you came in that has a list of negations and affirmations. And basically, a negation is what you want to let go of, and the affirmation is what you want to bring into your life. So all you need to do is learn one or two of these. And let me tell you what, if you have one of these in your back pocket that you can whip out, it will change your life. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Infinite wisdom and power within me is omnipotent, and nothing can oppose or challenge it. Bam. My favorite one that I'm using these days, when a thought comes to my mind that says, I can't, I'm not up to this, I don't think I can do it, I say, well, maybe I can, but God can. Maybe I can't, but the divine presence in me can. It is infinite power, infinite wisdom, and nothing can challenge it or oppose it. So as you look at that list, are there any that are standing out for you? Is anybody found a favorite one on there? That just
every breath I take, I know that God is in charge.
bam! Come on. How does that feel when you say that?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yes. So that's what we want to do, is we want to find an affirmation that we're not just saying words, something that we believe. I might not be able to believe that God is everywhere present all the time, and that's okay. But I can believe with every breath I take that God is in charge. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Everything I do turns out in a wonderful way.
Absolutely. Everything I do turns out in a wonderful way. You know, Reverend Judith says to us, I turn my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Now, I invite you to take something like that and look at it metaphysically, because the hills in that statement, I turn my eyes to the hills, I lift my eyes up to the hills. The hills can be the spiritual power that is within you. Unity says we have 12 powers within us. I turn my eyes to the powers within me, and I rejoice. I'm glad of it. So, take this home. If you just stick it on your refrigerator, nothing will happen. If you find one that you think is really clever and you post it on Instagram, Well, somebody else might start using it, but it ain't going to work for you. You have to use it. It's our fifth principle. We must live the truth that we know. And I will make it, we have a money-back guarantee here at Unity. The board all just went, what? What is she talking about? Double your money back if this doesn't work for you. If you try this for 1 week, faithfully, every day, your life will transform. I'll guarantee it. Last Friday, I was like, what happened? I feel so good. I feel like I'm floating around. So let's practice a little bit. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between real or pretend. Like whatever your conscious mind is thinking, whatever your heart is feeling, your subconscious is going to go, okay. So let's pretend, if you want to, that we just woke up. Must be a big bed. Sorry. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and pretend that you're waking up. And so this morning, my first thought is of God. What is God? Where is God? God, can I talk to you just a minute before we get going? Can I ask you questions? Where are you? What are you? So I acknowledge your presence, Divine Spirit. And I appreciate all of my blessings. I'm grateful for this warm, comfortable bed. I'm grateful for the food in my refrigerator I'm about to get up and go eat. I'm grateful to be alive this morning. I'm grateful that you watched over me while I was asleep and kept my heart beating and my lungs drawing breath. I'm grateful. And I affirm right now that this is a good day. I look forward to this day with great expectancy. And I claim every blessing that is mine to accept as an expression of divine love, heir to the kingdom, the queendom. I am grateful. I accept. God is good all the time, and so am I. And because I let it be so, because I allow it to be so, so it is. Amen. fun. All the people living as one. Well, let your love flow, show us what you have inside. Feel the rhythm, enjoy the ride. 'Cause everybody here is a light of the world, and you're perfect in every way. I just wanna see your little eyes shine. I just wanna hear you say, you're dancing on the good foot. You're dancing on the good foot. We're dancing on the good foot. Everybody dancing on the good foot. We're dancing on the good foot. We're dancing on the good foot. We're dancing on the good foot. Everybody dancing on the good foot. All right. We have 5 basic principles that we teach and practice here. Our first principle, say it with me, there is only